Okay, good morning to all of you. So today, our last lecture of this my syllabus. So here we have seen the 7 families, and this is the family number 8. Right. So study of the families with respect to the systematic position, silent features, and the plural formula, plural diagram, and any 5 examples. Right. So you have to remember the botanical names of plants from the each family. Minimum 5 examples are there, their common names and the uses. So here you are observing today's family Amaryllidaceae, family number 8 actually. This number is changed. So we are going to see the example Polyanthus tuberosa, that is the tuberose, and other examples are there for this family are the lily or the aloe is there, गायपात माहिती असेल, then mayflower is there, and our Polyanthus tuberosa. So these are the good photographs. So systematic position of this family is the division phanerogams, that is flowering plants, subdivision angiosperm, ovules enclosed in ovary, class monocotyledons. Other 7 examples are from the dicotyledon. So only this is the one family having the from monocotyledon for our syllabus. So it shows the parallel venation, seeds with one cotyledon. It is the character. Then series epigyne. So perianth is present in two holes, 3 plus 3, and ovary is the inferior. Generally epigyne means flower is epigynous, so ovary inferior. And family this characters. So plants rhizomatous underground perennial stem, and the flowers born in the leafless cape or the spike type. The today's family, as we are going to see, so it is the Polyanthus tuberosa. Right, you see the how is the plant is there, radical leaves are there, obtaining developing from the bulb, the root system. Then about the stem is also developed, but as it shows the development into the inflorescence. So spike type of inflorescence, that is flowers are sessile. Here you see the B diagram. So there is one common bract in two flowers, right, and it shows the indefinite growth. So it is a racemose type and the spike. So flowers are sessile. Alice of flower shows the perianth is there 3 plus 3, style stigma and the is there, and the ovary is generally showing. Already we are knowing the tuberose nishigandha. Then TS of ovary, it shows the trilocular, therefore the it is a tricarpillary syncarpus, right. Stamen is short, attached to the tepals. For the perianth, like corolla is there, so part is the petal, and for the perianth part is the tepal. So you see, and there is a perianth tube is there. The floral diagram you see 3 plus 3 are there, so it shows the imbricate type of the estivation. 3 are inside, 3 are outside, and one common bract in two flowers. So this is for the family Amaryllidaceae. So you can draw this diagram, these diagrams. Then silent features for the total family are the plants are herbaceous, rhizomatous. We are doing the agave, dipath. Then bulb is present in crinum, lily plant, and plants usually shows the xerophytic character. The stem, it is underground rootstock rhizome, agave. Then crinum bulb and corm is present in the Polyanthus tuberosa. Right. Then leaves are there, simple, alternate, entire, narrow, and radical. Radical means arising from the underground stem. Then colline, that is arising from the aerial stem, and distichous with parallel venation. In agave, leaves are thick, fleshy with waxy coating and the rosette. We are knowing about the agave, that is gaipath. Inflorescence is the main part, so it shows there is having the flowers are the born on the distinct leafless scape with their umbellate sign. in the crime and the pancratium mayflower is there. Then it is showing the in agave it shows the bracts and the involucres are there, and in polyanthus tuberosa terminal spike is there. So just it is for our study different examples in the family. Solitary flowers, single flowers in the Gyparanthus, it is a seasonal plant is there. Then about the flower, we have seen the diagram. So flowers are bracteate, bracteolate in polyanthus. One common bract in two flowers. Actinomorphic flower, bisexual, epigynous and trimerous. Why trimerous? Because the tepals are 3 plus 3. In lower side, we are observing the character. Then perianth tepals 6, arranged in two holes. 3 plus 3 united together, so gamophilous. It is not called as a gamo in corolla, we are calling as a gamopetalous, but here phylus shabd, phylus word it is to be used because the tepals are the thick fleshy, so phylus leaf like structure thick. Then a petal is shorter or longer in the narcissus flower and the polyanthus. We have selected the photographs in the last. Then in some genera at the junction of corolla tube, the limb is a crown or the corona is present. In some other example. Then androecium stamens are 6 attached to epitepalus. Here word epitepalus. You remember. So जसं epipetalus म्हणतो आपण तसं epitepalus, right? Then antitepalus some are there. Then filaments are slender, long, anthers versatile or basipis. Anthers are out of the flower range, so therefore versatile. In pancratium, filaments form membranous funnel shaped staminal cup or the corona. Mayflower is there. Then gynoecium, carpels 3, syncarpus, ovary, trilocular, inferior, placentation, axile, right? And the style slender, stigma trifid. And the fruit in some are there, so it is capsule or the berry type. Then how to write the floral formula? So you see floral formula: bracteate, actinomorphic, then bisexual, hermaphrodite, right? And P or perianth 3 plus 3. Androecium also 3 plus 3 attached to tepals, and the G inferior. Above the 3 there is a small line is there, so it indicates epigynous flower. Then total distinguishing characters of family are there. So herb with perennial bulb, rhizome or corm, leaves radical, sometimes colloid, simple linear, exstipulate and parallel pennation. Flowers in long leafless cape, umbellate cyme or the spike is there. Mainly you remember the spike because our example is Polyanthus tuberosa. Flowers in axil or the bracts or the trimerous. Perianth tepals 6 in 2 holes, 3 each. Gamophilous tubular tepals and the petaloid. Stamen 6 epitepalous, antitepalous also in some, and carpels 3, syncarpus, ovary inferior, trilocular with axial placentation. So if you have asked any question about each family, so this is the part. So you remember this one. The other good examples are there. This is the crinum, lily. Then Hymenocallis. This is the example you have seen. The garlands or these are prepared from this one. Then this is the Scadoxus multiflorus in bunch flower, and Curculago is there. So all these plants are under this one. Then daffodils is the American flower. It is the genus is the Narcissus. It having the good attraction. Then you see how the flowers are there. Daffodils, different photographs I have selected. Then in the right hand lower photograph, it is for the Gyparanthus. It is common in our region, right? So you see that this is a good one, and you remember the this narcissus flower. It is very attractive flower. Then agave, gaipath, Gaipath we are knowing. Then it is commonly called as a century plant, Agave americana. Right. So different species are varieties are there in this one. And the other common examples we have seen in photographs. This is crinum, so it is garden plant or for ornamental. Pancratium, it is also garden plant. Polyanthus tuberosa, Nishigandha, Gulchedi, it is fragrant white flowers. Agave americana, Gaipath, it is used for fiber yield, and the roots are used medicinally, diuretic. Then Narcissus, Nargis, commonly it is called as the, so it is ornamental garden plant, and Cypranthus, right? So it is also ornamental. So all these family members, these are there. So here I think we are completing today syllabus which I have taken. So you remember, please, total 8 families are there, and later on we will discuss about the examination pattern in the lecture. Okay, so thanks to all, wish you all the best.